Alright, so this is going to be my playtest and verification of my Game Boy game, which I'm doing for CS2110. This will be proof to the TAs that my game is in fact beatable, in case I'm unable to beat it during my demo, as it is difficult for any TAs that watch this. If you decide you want to beat the game without seeing how the game's played, then you should stop now and play the game for yourself. Otherwise, go ahead and keep going. So these are the files I'm working on right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do quick make to boot up the game, and I'm just going to play through the whole thing, kind of explaining what I'm doing, so this also serves as a general guide for how to beat the game, and then that will be it. This link will be included in the readme of the game in case you want to see it. So, with no further delay, let's get started. My game is called I Want to Be the Student, based off a game called I Want to Be the Bashi, based off a game called I Want to Be the Guy. It's a very difficult platformer, so let's go ahead and get started. Basic controls are you move around with left and right, jump with the A button, shoot with the R button. I'll get into more controls later. Hits are deadly, don't fall on them. Double jumping is a thing, just anytime in midair you can hit the jump button again to jump. Shooting save blocks allows you to save your game. You can hit L to immediately reload your game. You may have seen I did something there that I'm about to do in this room, which is you shoot the save block. Ooh, sorry about that, I actually messed up very much. Let me see if I can salvage this. Yeah. So you'll notice that when you save the game and reload the game that you get your double jump back, so you can use that to do fancy maneuvers like that. This room isn't possible to get across without doing that trick. This room, you also need to do that trick, so what I like to do is I like to shoot, jump twice, reload, jump, shoot again, and something like that in order to make it across. Save here, because this room can be awful. These spikes take a lot of getting used to jump over. It's mostly just trying to land directly in the center between the spikes. This room is just about getting into a pattern of reloading, jumping again, and immediately shooting in order to save ladder your way up there. This spike is relatively easy to jump across. This is going to be a similar jump to the one in room 6 of just firing backwards repeatedly in order to get that new save. This room can be a bit tricky. There we go. This is one of the hardest rooms in the game, so would not be surprised to see me die a lot on it. You'll notice when I die, one of the options is I can return to the checkpoint. We may see that in the next room. It is possible to get in positions like the one I thought I was earlier, where it is impossible to live because you essentially saved in a spot where sorry, this is the hardest room in the game. You essentially saved in a spot where you can't hit a save block before you just die. Like that, maybe? Yeah. So you can return to a checkpoint. Checkpoints are made every 3 rooms. The rooms are organized in a way that most of the rooms you can get stuck on are checkpoints, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Want to try to, there. Sometimes it can be hard to get up that gap. This is just a bunch of save jumps with going back and forth with spikes between. You need to alternate your directions here in order to make it across this second room. This last part is definitely the hardest, so I may not talk as much while I'm trying to make this jump. I think I'm screwed here. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Usually when I'm trying to make those first couple jumps on the right side, I like to... oh, I almost had it. It is always possible to get a jump here. You have a 1-frame window, but it's not easy. It's mostly about whether or not you're patient enough to try it. But as I was saying, what I like to do on that right side is let myself let myself fall a bit, use my jump, and then fire the shot. That way I actually can get some distance from the wall. I think I'm unfortunately screwed here. It's not an easy room. You have to make sure you maintain enough height on that last segment that you do not get too close to the spikes and when you're not at the other side of the room yet. Alright, let's give this another shot. Cool, we made it. Go ahead and make a quick save before I get into this next room. Everything else in the game is easy by comparison to that. This room, interesting story. The first time I made this room, I beat it first try, and I've only ever done that once since. This room was supposed to be hard, but I was okay with it not. These rooms are basically mirror rooms, so you'll notice there's actually a pit here you can fall into and die. So you have to basically act like the room is what you see above you. So here there's an invisible save block and a bunch of invisible spikes that I will try to jump over. It's not that hard. I like to try to align the center of my character in the middle of the screen, like in the middle of the two spikes. This is identical to the sixth room of the game, that save jump you have to make. It's literally the same collision map, just you can't see it. And this is the last actual room of the game before we get to our boss fight. Hopefully I'll first try this and I'll finish with a nice even 100 deaths. The best I've done in this game is, I think, 16 or 17 deaths. So this is Sonic. He moves fast. He killed me. That's pretty much all he does. Just try to get in about 4 shots per cycle. Ooh, he took hits there. That was weird. You may notice that you jump higher in this room. It's because you do. Every 3, he's going to stand still for a while. You can get some shots in. Can't get too aggressive though. Usually, optimally, this takes around 3 cycles. If you were a computer, maybe you could mash faster. Stay in here for a while. Oh, that's close. Oop. That was a bad attempt. Loading and checkpointing while in the boss room is disabled, and you can't go off either side of the screen. It's just invisible walls there. So it's just you and the boss. This is very unfortunate. This is overall a bad run. I might re-record this. Probably not. As Sonic moves under you, it's nice if you move towards him a little bit. It makes it easier to dodge. This is my worst Sonic attempt in a long time. If you're wondering sometimes why I'm not shooting more, there is a limit of 4 shots on the screen at the same time. That was unfortunate, my game lagged a bit. Getting a little too aggressive here. Alright, and there we go. That's the game. This is the credits. I'll let these roll. And then that will be it for this brief walkthrough of my game. I hope you enjoyed. The GitHub link will be in the description of this video for people that get here from other ways. Should have the GBA file in there already, so you won't have to worry about making it yourself. Thank you to all of the people that gave me moral support as I went through creating this. It was rough at times, debugging many things. The people in my apartment, the other 1332 TAs, Lauren and Lindsay, Rashav, Ryan, everyone, thank you. Everyone that died 100, 200, 300 times trying to play my game. And that is it. Thank you very much.